Hey everyone, so Halo Wars 2 just got an update, and pretty much everything has changed, so I will be going over most of the major changes. Alright, let's begin. Okay, so probably the biggest change is how power works. The amount of power that generators produce has been significantly lowered, and the game now forces players to fight for power nodes or you won't be getting any power. Power generators now produce a little supplies, and your main base structures now produce a little power, although, again, it's pretty much nothing. On top of this, upgrading power generators and supply pads only costs 50 power. Another change is that when you start the game, you will notice that you have a much larger starting army. This is to increase the early game fighting over the power nodes. Another huge change is upgrading and creating units. To do any unit upgrades, you will only spend supplies. This is the same when it comes to upgrading logistics and reinforcements. Most every unit will only cost supplies except for the tier 3 units, which will cost a small amount of power, and your ultimate units, your Scarab and Condor. Leader powers have also been drastically changed. First off, it costs nothing to use a leader power anymore. The recharge rate has also been changed. 1 minute for active drops, 2 minutes for unit drops, and 3 minutes for ultimate leader powers. Tier 1 units now do low building damage, Tier 2 does more, and Tier 3 does a lot more. Ultimate units such as the Condor and Scarab are now game enders, and they are significantly stronger and do massive damage to buildings. On top of that, they now cost 4,000 supplies and 4,000 power to construct. But remember that you get power slower, so it's going to take a little bit. For the UNSC, the air pad can now be built at the beginning of the game so you can use Nightingales. Snipers and Rangers are now Tier 2, and Locusts and Kodiaks are now Tier 3. Okay, so that is all the general stuff. Now I'm going to quickly go over all the leader-specific changes. For the Arbiter, Plasma Bolts now use a lot more shots. For Atriox, Eradication Beams, area of effect is much larger. For Anders, multiple waves of her arc defense now spawn instead of just one. Another thing is that her Sentinel Beacon, which created a small group of Sentinels when a siege turret or Kodiak fired at a ground unit, now can create multiple squads rather than just one at a time. This is very useful in firefight and in multiplayer. For Cutter, his close air support now spawns more Pelicans. ODST drop now creates 10 squads instead of just 3. And his leader has been replaced by the ODST squad from the Spearbreaker campaign. Isabel now gets more Mac Blast shots for each time the ability is upgraded. The Shipmaster raid ability is now only 2 points instead of 3. For Decimus, Fury is now over 10 times stronger at its highest tier, and the Decimus unit now does more damage and has double health. For Forge, Scatter Bomb is now a lot stronger. Cansano's Heat of Battle now gives Kodiaks and Siege turrets a pool of fire to do damage over time. Colony can now teleport. Sergeant Johnson's EMP Mac Blast now buffs units significantly. Jerome's Omega team now has Mac Blasts come down as they spawn. And Enduring Salvo now does a lot more damage. For Serena, her Warthogs now have Cryo Spray to freeze units, and her Ice Barrier now creates more barriers with each upgrade. For Vordius, his leader now spawns Infusion for significantly longer periods. Pavium's Rain of Fire now has more damage and creates more beams at each tier. And Burnout no longer impacts unit production times. Yap Yap the Destroyer now can have 6 hero units instead of just 3. He has more turrets and turret drop. His starting army is kinda crazy. His starting population is 101, and cannon fodder now can capture nodes faster. Alright, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.